Good evening, everyone. My name's Andy Clarke from Woolworths Financial Services. I'll introduce you to my lifelong friend in a moment. Just to get you warmed up, we've also got a video. This is just of one of the projects that we've done together I think we're actually trying to work out how many years we've been working together. We forgot. So we think it's 3 or 4. And I appreciate my memory should be better than that. So we're just going to give you an idea of just one of the projects that we've done in the last 4 years, and then we're going to talk about other stuff. Okay, so as I said, we've been working together now for a few years, and there's really only one message that I want to get over tonight, and that is that for me, PFP is not about corporates giving away resources. Yes, we've done a little bit of that, and that's very nice, and it makes you feel good, and you can see some benefits. But for me, it's actually what we have developed is a two-way relationship. And that Partnerships for Possibility for me is actually a leadership development program. I'm, believe it or not, a more mature individual than I was 3 years ago. I know I've still got some more of that to do, but and certainly for me specifically, learning a lot about the community that I now live and work in has been very important to me. As well as that, we've made PFP a core part of our CSI program at Woolworths Financial Services. And each year, our commitment is that each year that we will extend our partnerships to another school. And you're going to hear a little bit later from my colleague, Wita, who's going to wave back at me now. Hello, Wita. Who is actually our third partner. And I think we'll be searching very soon for our fourth partner. And so from a sustainability perspective, that's also, for us, it's not just a question of Bayar, myself, sustaining our relationship. It's about having a sustainable relationship with the program as well and extending things out as far as possible. I am going to hand you over. The reason I'm speaking first is if I let him speak first, then I get the 1 minute flag warning and that's it. Right? So that's why I have to go first, and I can also talk about him. I think the other thing as well, the other one promise I can make for anybody who's part of the program is that you will develop lifelong friendships as part of this, without a doubt. We'd never met before. We come from very different backgrounds, from very different countries. And what I've got now is someone who actually understands me, and I can go and talk about when I've had a stressful day in the office, I can go and share my problems with, and a thinking partner that actually helps me and has helped me grow over the last few years. Now, I know this is supposed to be, I'm going to get into trouble for this bit as well, I know this is a PFP celebration, but I also want to celebrate something else as well. He doesn't know about this. Is that our partnership can only go on for how much longer? Another year, because someone is retiring next year. Now, I'm just going to throw some numbers at you very quickly. I have to check my notes for this to get it right. 41 years at one school. Including 23 as principal. Now, it's going to be a big party. Now, I don't think I'm letting any secrets out of the bag, but I just wanted to recognise that working for Woolies and Woolies Financial Services, I thought I knew about service. I really did. I thought I knew everything there was to know about service. Then I met not only Bayar, but the other principals that I met on this journey as well. And that's when I really learned what public service is actually all about. So I think you've heard enough from me. I'm going to give, how long has he got left? Not long, hopefully. He'll use it all, I'm sure. So I'm going to hand over to my lifelong friend Bayar, who's going to talk about, hopefully not me.
Good evening, everybody. When I was asked to join the Partners for Possibility, I asked the person who found a absolutely marvelous lady called Veronica Wantenaar. I'm not sure if she's here this evening. What the program would do. I said I just needed 2 things in order to sign up for the program. The one is that will the school benefit from the partnership? And secondly, will there be any growth in my development towards being a better principal? And she assured me that this would be so. Andy and I then met for the first time. We didn't know each other. All I knew was that this was a guy from Woolworths Financial Services, and he came from from England, and he spoke with an accent.
You said America.
Sorry, not America. He came from the UK. But since then, it's been one special journey. We met 7 very, very marvelous other principals and business partners. But what exactly happened to us? We didn't know where we were going, but we were determined to make it work. And so we embarked on this journey, feeling our way around. Andy was a wonderful person. He met with our staff members, he met with our SGB, he met with our parents, he addressed our parents. And so besides simply giving us resources, he was also there to share with us. And this was marvelous, because although the partnership was supposed to last at maximum 1 year and 6 months, it's still going on. And I think that is perhaps one of the strengths that Louise need to look at, and that is to extend the partnerships, because sometimes 1 year and 6 months, slightly too short to get to know persons. I can't say that I know Andy. But what has happened to our school with regard to improvements, because we met with Helen Ziller early on, and she wanted to know, well, scores, that's what she wanted to know. And I see another person in the audience who will also talk about scores. And if you just kind of look up this way, you will see the gentleman from e-curriculum there. But I must say, yes, we did improve. 2013, improvement in maths in our grade 6. 2014, maths and language grades 3. 2015, last year, maths grade 6. Maths at grade 3 level, and the English and that also improved, but not so much that we would get a certificate. So yes, there's been improvements in the school. Andy is part and parcel of the school, and he comes in. Some weekends he comes in to come and do work, to load our things on our computers. So for us it's been a marvelous ride, and it will continue to be a marvelous ride. And I can just say to all the other principals out there, right, if you embrace this the way we have, you're not going to have a problem. And I see people are looking at me, so that means my queue is up. So thank you very much. If you do write anything else, you're more than welcome to speak to me later. Thank you.
I'm going to hand over to Selvan. I just want to say, for those of you who came for one reason only, and that is to see Professor Jansen, he is in the house, but he's hiding. So thank goodness I can relax, because the whole idea here is that we want Professor Jansen, when he leaves South Africa, to go to Stanford, and we're all a bit jealous of the fact that he's going to Stanford, I must admit that. But we're going to miss him desperately, and we want him to leave with a very strong story of possibility and South African IP, and we want him to go to Stanford with the story, and he's leaving next week, I think. So you're going to see him later, but he's here. And also, I just wanted to just acknowledge where's Andy and Bayar. They embody what Partners for Possibility is about. When I see the two of them, and I see they've crossed boundaries. That's what they've been doing for 4 years, is they've crossed boundaries. Andy coming out of Woolworths Financial Services, going into Dryden Street Primary, Bayar going into Woolworths Financial Services. So the stories are amazing, and there are lots of beautiful stories. You only got a snippet of it.